That is right. We have, in fact, a pond. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Before we jump in, I gotta let you know that BetterHelp is sponsoring today's video. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. Finding a therapist can be really difficult, especially when you're limited to the options that are just available in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes it easier to find a therapist because it's online, it's remote, and just by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's super easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. All you have to do is go to betterhelp.com/FLAIR or click the link down in the description down below. Clicking that link not only supports my channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. And if you don't initially fit with your first therapist, you can easily switch therapists for free without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy using BetterHelp. And make sure you click the link down in the description down below and go to betterhelp.com/FLAIR. Huge shout out to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. It's brands like them that I partner up with that allow me to do I do every single day, which is make videos for you guys at home to enjoy. So that being said, let's get back to the video. What's going on, folks? That is right. We are building a pond in the backyard finally. I know we've been talking about this for a long time, and well, it already looks like we have a pond. That's because this was where we borrowed all the dirt to build the pad for my house that's up there, and the shop, and the roads, and the trails, and all that stuff. And so finally we got Chad back out here, and he's actually made quite a bit of progress now. He's already dug up a big chunk right there. They're loading 2 trucks at a time right now, going pretty dang quick. But we came out here this morning. We finally got the camera set up and ready to rock and roll. And all that, like I said, this was pretty much already here from them robbing dirt. We knew we were gonna put a pond here, so when Chad needed excess dirt to build the pad out, build out my driveway, raise my front yard, and all that stuff, I said just take it from here. And so what they did is they came in here and they sculpted it up, so now it actually kind of looks like a pond. And no, we're not gonna just have a big fishbowl. We're gonna have contours and structures and islands and humps and road beds and jetties and rock piles and brush piles. We're gonna have, I mean, it's gonna be the best big bass factory you ever darn did see, okay, folks? But for now, all they're doing is hauling the dirt, and they're hauling it up that hill right there, as you can tell, and they're spreading it around my property. They put it in my front yard, they put it in the backyard, they're widening up the shop pad because I got pretty dang narrow because we put way too big of a shop there. They're doing a whole bunch of smoothing out, grading, and putting dirt, so it's kind of a 2-for-1. Not only are we getting a pond, but we're actually getting everything around the house more usable. So like today, it'll be the first day. I don't know how many days it's gonna take. I'm gonna make the entire pond build episode just today though. It's gonna be one episode, start to finish. It's not gonna have water, but the whole pond, the actual pond itself, the entire hole in the ground is gonna be done by the end of today's episode. So the boys are gonna get back to work. They're gonna keep digging, keep sculpting, keep hauling it off. I mean, it's gonna be a freaking lot of dirt. Like Chad's like, I don't think you realize how much dirt she got. And I told him, I said, I don't want a huge dam over there. We can have some, but I don't want like, not like the ranch where it's a freaking, you know, cliff at the backside. I want it to just look natural. I want it to look like there's just a hole in the ground filled with water, big old fish in there. The other thing that we might do, and I'll just basically continue this video throughout the next couple weeks as we build this thing and show you around, but we're also considering building I guess a hatchery pond. I know, we got, because that didn't work great last time, but listen, here's the difference. We're putting in a well this time. So we haven't gotten rain in 9 years, it seems like, out this place. I mean, it's freaking desert. It's dry. Yeah. There ain't a whole lot of rain. So although all this hill drains into here, I mean, unless we have a freaking tsunami, there ain't gonna be any rain. So there's not gonna be any water filled in here. So we are gonna put in a actual well to fill this lake. Since we have guaranteed water, then I thought, well, why don't we build maybe a little smaller pond, maybe like a little half-acre pond, and maybe we put it right over where those vehicles are. We're gonna still map this out. Like I said, this video is gonna be a continuation over the next probably few weeks or so. So I'll just keep you guys updated as we progress, as we dig more, as I talk to Chad and say, what should we do here. But the small pond, we should be able to manage and put fish in it like right away. We should be able to fill it in like a day and put fish in it. This is gonna be an entire summer's long project, okay? Because if you don't notice, this soil is really dark. It's like black dirt, which means it's not great for holding water. Great for growing crops, not great for holding water. So we're gonna have to basically dig it out. We're gonna come in here with clay and probably some bentonite and pack it in. It's gonna be a summer-long project to get this entire thing water, but we could dig the small hatchery pond in probably a day or two, line it with some clay or even get a pond liner and fill it up relatively quick. So what we can do is we can start growing our fish now, or soon for that matter, and then once they're mature, like in the fall, we can dump them in here and kind of do the hatchery deal. I think it'd be really cool. All I want you guys to do though is comment your ideas in the comment section down below of what you think we should do here, what should we stock. But again, the plan today is just to basically dig all this out, get as much of it dug as possible, and then we are going to start sculpting and building all sorts of brush piles and stuff like that. There's gonna be a multi-part series, but I told you guys, I'm promising you guys, pond construction, being the entire pond, will be done in just today's episode. I'm not gonna make you wait for the next episode. It's gonna be all done in one episode. You guys stay tuned. Folks, well, it has been a few days here, and wham, look at this pond, baby. Look at the boys. We got the dozer, we got the truck, we got the excavator, we got the roller dozer, packer, majigger. I mean, golly, they have been absolutely hauling dirt. Around the house looks amazing. The driveway's all blown out. The shop pad doubled in width. It turned out really, really good. Now that they've kind of got the majority of the hole dug, they're actually starting on the dam right now. So that's gonna be the first update. Is now they gotta basically build the dam up. So as you can see, it's super steep over here and not steep over there because it's higher elevation there, lower elevation there. So instead of building the Great Wall of China and building the dam up 12 feet, we're gonna build it up like 6 to 8, and we're gonna drop that down maybe 4 to 5, and basically level it out. That way, I just didn't want like a huge dam, because then it would look like a reservoir, and I just want this to look like a natural little farm pond. And then that'll give us a nice flat area over here to kind of hang out and do some stuff with. So that is the update for you guys. They're gonna be building the dam. They're still hauling dirt. They're digging a couple really big holes because they're getting some nice, it's less like topsoil, closer to clay. Chad said it's packing really well. The moisture content's like perfect. We still aren't sure if we're gonna have to bentonite it. I'm pretty positive we're gonna have to bentonite it, but I'm just really hoping somehow magically this thing turns into clay. But I'll be honest with you, we've had quite a bit of rain and it hasn't held a drop. So more than likely we're gonna have to bentonite it, which is gonna be super expensive, but it'll basically ensure that we're gonna have an area, the lake itself won't dry up. We won't have another ranch situation, because that's the last thing we need. So with that being said, the boys are gonna keep working. They're gonna build that dam up. You guys stay tuned. welcome back. That is right. We have, in fact, a pond. Andrew, you are going to be drowning here one of these days.
Really?
Yeah, if we can.
In about 3 years?
Yeah, about 7. But anyways, we want to give you guys an update. You guys saw the construction of it. We do have a little bit of water. Are these some deer down here? Yeah. Look, the deer, the watering hole.
This thing is huge.
What is that, deer?
Moose.
Is it a moose track?
Yeah. Moose track.
Really? Oh God, yeah.
The size of Ben.
They were see, they're come giving it a suck. Look at this. We got the deer down here. They're walking, giving it a drink. So yeah, it's been raining a lot, by the way, like a lot. Like we've probably, what do you think? We've had 4 inches in the last month since we started construction. Maybe in the last week. We've had quite a bit of rain, and this is what we have to show for it, which isn't a lot actually. There's really not a whole lot that we have to show for it. I mean, it's. Do you think I should get stuck?
Yeah. Do you ready to stock or no?
I mean, bullfrogs. The bullfrogs might be about it. I mean, you know, like I said, there is water, okay? There's not water. But the fact that we've gotten several inches of rain since we started construction of this, and this is all we have to show for it, is not good, okay? It concerns me slightly. But you can see they're still moving some dirt. They're doing it, but they're not working on the pond. They're actually working on the next super secret project that I'll just tell you about right now. We are planning on building a fish hatchery out here. I know, you're like, Flair, this is deja vu. I'm gonna build the biggest lake ever, and then I'm gonna make a fish hatchery. And now there's no water in either one of them. Yeah, I tried that at the ranch, that went great. That was fun. So let me just try it again at my house, because that's just how intelligent I am. It didn't work at the ranch, so it should work at the house with a lot less watershed. But we're combating that, okay? We have a secret weapon up our sleeve. You ready for this? That white pipe, that's a well. Well, that's not the well, but we put in a well, or we're going to. It's not functioning right now. We're putting in a well that will fill this. So you're like, oh, guarantee you're gonna have water in here. And then once you realize that you built your house up in the mountains of Nebraska, and you get 25 gallons a minute water pressure. For example, the Duck Lake that you guys saw us last year drain down, seed with millet, and refill. That took 2 months to refill like 2 feet. That was 300 gallons a minute. Okay, at the duck farm, like the OG farm. Remember when I made the leaky pond there? That's got the actual like well. That's like 800 gallons a minute. Okay, it fills up in like a day and a half. This, 30 gallons a minute. 3-0. Your garden. What do you think your garden hose is? 10 gallons a minute?
10 to 15, yeah. Probably.
I'm trying to think if I put a garden hose, how long would it take for a garden hose to fill up a 5-gallon bucket? 30 seconds? Maybe?
Yeah,
that would be 10.
I bet it's 10.
If it's 20 seconds, that would be 3, which would be 15 gallons a minute. You think you fill 3 5-gallon buckets in a minute? Can you fill a 5-gallon bucket in 20 seconds? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. They'd be close, you don't think so?
30 seconds. Closer to 30.
30? So you're probably 10 to 15 gallons is your standard at-home garden hose. Here at the big lake, we're at 25. Actually, I think it was 22 to be exact. 25. Yeah, get up to 22. So 1.5 garden hoses is gonna fill this. This is our new Big Bass Factory lake. Listen, I'm trying my darndest, okay? This thing cost a fortune already, okay? I got no money left, but we cannot give up at this point, okay? There is a decent amount of clay, okay? It's not like this is topsoil, but my concern is seepage. Now there's a solution. There's this thing called bentonite. It's like a granular material, and it's supposed to, when it gets mixed with dirt, it swells up and creates a seal. The one issue is, in order to bentonite this whole thing, just the material alone was like $75,000.
It's only imported out of like 2 states.
And unfortunately, it's not Nebraska.
No, it's not.
So that was just the material. That's not trucking. That's not spreading. That's not tilling in. That's not packing, okay? $79,000. So what we're thinking is let's try to save that kind of money, because we ain't got it right now, boys, okay? We've been spending all our money on beef jerky and dirt work. We ain't got time and money for bentonite. So now that we've got the well in place, we still have to get the pump in. There's a few other things. We're gonna start filling that sucker. It's gonna fill from there, it's gonna go down to here, and it probably won't even ever get to here, but it's gonna start down there. And we're gonna see how much it holds. Like I said, that's been wet and damp for the last probably couple weeks since they've been building it, but it's quickly drying up. I mean, if we don't get rain for 2 more days, that will be bone dry. That's, to me, not a good thing, okay? And we have to get the water's gotta go I mean, right where that truck is, we'll still have like a foot of water. Like the water, wherever that excavator is right, like the lower side of the track is right where the water is, okay? Like, you're talking millions and millions of gallons of water. If you do the mathematics, how many gallons, did we figure this out yet?
Yeah.
How many gallons per acre per foot. But this thing's like, I bet this thing averages at least 10 feet. You know, at least, right?
Yeah.
I would say. You think? Do you want to do the math on this?
Not really.
Do you know the math on this?
No.
Does anyone know the math on this?
I'll figure it out.
Somebody's gonna want the math on this. But it's
They're 10 foot deep, what we're saying.
I would say 10 foot deep. Let's just say 2 acres. I think it's a little bigger than 2 acres, but let's just say 2 acres to make myself feel a little bit better about how long it's gonna actually take. Okay, at 25 gallons a minute, not factoring in seepage or evaporation, which are 2 absolute guarantees in life. Okay, you're gonna have some seepage and you're gonna have some evaporation because the sun does that occasionally. Okay, so what do you got there? What'd you find out there? They got anything expiring?
Volume calculator.
There it is. Lake. What do you think the volume's got going to say about this?
Oh, what was the diameter of the lake?
Oh, we have to do diameters now? Circumferences? 2 acre. There's got to be a 1 foot deep, 2 acre pond calculator somehow. How 1 foot deep by 1 acre is what? There's got to be. Look that up. 1 acre, 1 feet deep, surface area water. I didn't take any of that calc stuff.
Business calc didn't help me once.
I flunked out of that one.
Foot.
So 1 acre and 1 foot is what?
Acre foot is approximately 326,000 gallons.
Okay. So then times that by 10 and then times it by 2 or 20. Yeah. Times 10.
Okay.
So that would be 10 feet deep at 1 acre.
Okay.
And you're 2 acres.
6.5 million.
That was times 2?
Yeah, that's times
So
2.
divide that by 25. Now that's how many minutes. Now divide that by 60 minutes. How many hours?
4,000.
4,000. Now by 24. Okay. How many days? 181 days.
Divided by 30 days in a month.
6 months.
6 months it's going to take. Non-stop.
Half a
That's
year.
24 hours a day, 6 months. That's half a year.
Your well is not going to have any water in it.
I was gonna say, am I gonna dry the sucker out?
Yeah.
How expensive is it to run a well for 6 months straight? Probably not free, I imagine.
A lot of money.
Can we get a solar thing out here, or is that not possible? No, it's too late. So that's what we're dealing with. Okay, that's a factoring in no seepage. Okay, no seepage and no evaporation, which we are going to experience both of those. Okay.
It's supposed to do that when it's wet.
No, that's typically not. That looks like.
I don't think this is clay.
That looks like topsoil.
This is bad clay if it's clay.
Yeah, no, that's not clay. We found some clay, not enough of it. Clearly. I mean, I don't think your clay should be having a better yield than your front yard right now. So that's the update on the pond. Give me some positive feedback, okay? Make it seem like I'm not wasting my money here. And like we want to have a pond. Like look where the house is, okay? How cool would it be if the house is there and then we got a big bass factory here? Okay, worst case scenario, absolute worst case, we put in a second well and we bring it up to 3 months. That's worst case scenario, okay? And then my electric bill's double, okay? We can put in another well. We just got to go somewhere down further away so they don't take from each other's little reservoir and spend $20,000 for another well, which is not ideal. But that's the update. We are in fact building a pond in the backyard. Give us some ideas on what you guys think. You know, we are gonna obviously put boat ramps in here and some structures. We've got the fish hatchery that we'll show you in one of the next videos. I will keep that secret for right now until it actually gets started, but that's where they're hauling dirt now. We're gonna build a fish hatchery on the back side of this, similar to how we did the ranch, so we can raise fish really quickly and then bring them over and effectively do that. The other thing I'm gonna let you guys in on, another secret, is about right where that truck is right now. We're gonna be building our very own tackle bait shop marina, okay? Now you might be thinking, what the hell does that mean? I don't know either, but it's gonna be sweet. You're gonna walk in, it's gonna be heated, it's gonna be cool. There's gonna be a catch, clean, cook area where you can clean your fish, you can cook them. Then you're gonna have a little refrigerator filled with night crawlers and wax worms. You're gonna have a little, bubbler thing that's gonna have minnows in it. You're gonna have peg walls filled with Guggen baits and rods and everything. And then the coolest part is gonna be, we're gonna make a slip where you pull your boat in and it goes inside of a garage. So you're gonna have an enclosed boat house where the boat goes in, dock on each side, then you've got living quarter. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna probably be next year too at this point, because I feel like we can't build that until we know there's gonna be water here. Otherwise, dude, super sweet dirt bike track though.
Really?
I mean, worst case, we get a bunch of dirt bikes and just start, imagine, can we just bank that? Let me know what you guys think. I mean, it's a little late to back out of this thing. We're gonna do it. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. You got bet 9, you gotta spend a bunch of money, buy some beefcake jerky. You gotta put in a second well, buy beefcake jerky. Build a marina, buy beefcake jerky. Okay, that's gonna be the motto here for the next probably year or so as we get this going. But if we can get enough water on this thing this fall to be able to stock it and have the fish grow over the winter, we should be able to do some dangling in the spring. That is the plan. But I want to give you guys an update on this now that the actual pond itself is in fact done, and wrap it up since you guys saw it get built. Once we confirm that we can hold water, I mean, that's when, like, you can see there's a little road bed here. We're gonna be putting in riprap in here, cedar brush piles, PVC structures. I mean, this, like, there will won't be any just bare areas. It's gonna have structure everywhere. It's gonna be amazing.
I think we gotta go get one of those cars out of the ditch.
Really?
Here, like on the
Should we,
bottom of that
should we,
road
should
there.
we sink one of the cars, Banjo? You think it's a good idea?
Down, yeah.
I got that excavator. He'll pluck a car right out. So if you guys want to see us put a car, one of the old cars that we found in the ditch, in here, maybe multiple, maybe that's 1 car, 2 car, 3 car. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We are in fact building a pond in the backyard, whether it has water or not. You guys stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Catch you next one, and peace.